Welcome to today's Willpower Moment. I'm Dr. James Meschino. Our topic today is when it comes to starting an exercise program, less is more. When it comes to getting started with exercise, many people make the mistake of trying to do too much in the beginning. In the moment of inspiration, you join a fitness club, and then the fitness instructor or personal trainer gets you on a program that's fairly extensive, and you're all excited in the beginning. You go the first couple of weeks and everything's great, and then you wake up one day and all of a sudden life for some reason is getting a little bit busier, and it just looks like it's too overwhelming to face that exercise program on that day, so you kind of skip it. Then you skip it the next day, and before you know it, you're not going anymore. Or you don't even begin an exercise program because it feels too overwhelming even just to start. So let me relay a story to you about a patient that I had during my many years of doing nutritional counseling. This was a patient that came to see me because they wanted to lose some weight and get in shape and improve some health parameters. So I explained the nutrition program I wanted them to follow, and they were fine with it. They understood how it all worked. And they said, by the way, I won't be doing any exercise because I'm not an exercise person. I said, in order to be my patient, you have to do some exercise because it's important not just for weight loss, but to improve your cardiovascular health, reduce your risk of other conditions, and have a better functional body. And that's just what I want for my patients. He said, well, I just can't do exercise. It's not what I do. I said, do you have any exercise equipment at home? And he said, well, I have a stationary bike, but I hate the bike. I just hate that bike. I said, do you hate the bike for 3 minutes a day? He said, 3 minutes? I can do 3 minutes. Anybody can do 3 minutes. I said, oh, so you don't hate the bike. You hate the idea that you're going to be on the bike for a longer period of time than your mind can really accept. I'll tell you what, I'll make a deal with you. Just give me 3 minutes a day. While you're writing down all the foods that you eat on the nutrition log, just include the 3 minutes a day on the exercise bike, and I'll see you back here in 7 days. Came back for his next appointment. There's the dietary and exercise log, and I'm looking at the stationary bike riding, and it's like 5 minutes, 7 minutes, then the next day 9 minutes, and then 8 minutes, then 11 minutes, and then 10 minutes. I'm like, I thought we were only going to do 3 minutes a day. How come you're doing 7 minutes and 8 minutes and 11 minutes? And he said, well, once you get going, I just, after 3 minutes, I just kept going. I said, oh, that's the secret. The secret is that a body at rest tends to stay at rest. A body in motion tends to stay in motion. So less is more. If you give yourself mentally an exercise prescription that's so minimal you can't help but succeed, once your body's in motion, you might find that once you reach that threshold, it's much easier just to sort of keep it going. So you build momentum over time. The trick is not to lose momentum. So that's why you need to have a minimum amount of physical activity or an exercise program that you do on any given day, even on days that are really busy or you feel exhausted. You say, well, I can always do this much. And then once I've done that much, if I feel like I can do more, I'll keep going. So what happens inevitably, let's say on a stationary bike, is that eventually, doing 10 minutes feels like 5 minutes, and then 15 minutes feels like 7, and then 20 minutes feels like 10, and then before you know it, 30 minutes, you can do it because it feels like 15. But if you tried to start at 30 minutes and you hadn't exercised for a long time, that really feels like a super long time. Even for me, if I get a flu bug or a cold and I'm sort of knocked out and I don't exercise for 5 to 7 days, when I go back to it, my exercise program looks overwhelming even to me, even though I do it on a regular basis. So I start with less. When it comes to the cardio part, I start sometimes with half of what I typically do. And then over the next week or so, it just becomes easy for me to expand it out. And before I know it, I'm back to doing my regular 35 or 40 minute run outside or whatever I'm doing. But I couldn't do that the first day back to the gym. So I don't expect myself to be able to do it. You build momentum over time. Less is more. If you set that goal for less, you'll actually end up doing more. So, you sort of gain momentum over time, and then you slowly get the healthy addiction back, and it'll kick in. So if you have not worked out for a while, or you're coaching someone who hasn't worked out for a while, remember that in the beginning, less is more. Start with a program you can't fail at, and build up your momentum slowly over time, and it'll become a natural extension of your life. Okay, good luck with your wellness goals. Thanks for watching.